Haristutihi Shloka 36. Naham prano naiva shariram na manoham naham buddhir naham ahankara dhiyaucha yotra jnamshasosmyahameveti viduryam tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harimede. Anvayarthaha aham pranaha na shariram na eva aham manaha na aham buddhihi na aham ahankara dhiyau cha na atra yaha nya amshaha saha eva aham asmi iti yam viduhu tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harim ide. In the previous verse 35, we learned very briefly what has been taught by Aitareya Shruti about the different stages of creation, and knowing that Shruti taught us a method of enquiring into the nature of the self. Then Bhagavad Padaha in the shloka itself mentioned the questions a seeker would ask oneself. Pranaha va aham, vak va, shravanadini va, manaha va, buddhihi va. Like that, the questions were asked, and as though answering those questions is the structure of this verse 36, which we are going to learn. So, Bhagavad Padaha is continuing this method of enquiry and gradually leading us to discern the answer on our own, that Paramatma mentioned as Nyaptihi in the previous verse, that is verse 35, is the Aham which is mentioned in this verse. So, after a committed study and logically analyzing, one starts to negate what is not the I. In this method, the sloka starts as Aham pranaha na. I am not the vital airs. So here Aham means the Chaitanya Shakti, the awareing indweller, which is known as Nyaptihi in the previous verse. So that is the meaning of Aham that you have to understand here. And then Pranaha is the Pranavayu. So that Nyaptihi Aham is not the Pranavayu. Then Shariram na eva. Of course, this physical body is also not that Aham. Then Aham manaha na. That Nyapti Swarupa Aham is not the mind. I am not the mind. Then Aham buddhihi na. I, the Nyapti Swarupa, am not the intellect. Aham ahankara dhiyau cha na. I am not the doer ego, and not even the chittam. So here what is ahankara and what is dhi, we will see. Dhi, dhihi dhiyau dhiyaha. So dhi is to be understood as chittam. We will look into that in some detail. Atra, in this physical body mind sense complex, yaha nya amshaha, that which always remains as the knower or the awareing principle, also known as consciousness, that is the nya amshaha. Sahaeva aham asmi. That knower, Paramatma, indeed I am. Iti yam viduhu. Like this, that Paramatma who is understood by the wise. Tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harimide. I worship that Paramatma, Hari, the destroyer of ignorance which causes samsara. Okay, so let us understand the words dhi, which is to be known as chittam. Many times chittam is explained as buddhi. Buddhi is taken to be the ascertaining intellect, that part of your mind which is very decisive and confident. So that is known as buddhi, and that is the meaning usually given for the word chittam. It's not wrong, but we will look at it a little more clearly. The scholars classify the mind, manaha, into four. The four are manaha, antahkaranam, buddhihi, chittam. Now when we analyze the word chittam, it has two components, chit and ta. When you split it, these are the two components. So in that, chit means chaitanyam, the jnana swarupa, knowledge, pure knowledge as such. In other words, that into which the differences of knower, known knowledge with respect to any object of perception, that when it ceases to exist, that pure knowledge is the meaning of chaitanyam, jnana swarupa or chit. In other words, that triad will merge. As long as the triad is there, as this is the knower, this is the one that is known, and both together gain this knowledge, iti, when those differences merge and disappear in the wake of knowledge itself, so then that is what is known as chit. As the Upanishad says, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So Brahma Swarupa is Jnanam. That's the meaning of chit. So here in this word chit and ta, you take that ta, that one syllable, it indicates the ta varga, that is the class of consonants which begin with ta. So those 5 aksharas, 5 syllables, ta, tha, da, dha, na, these 5 syllables by implication indicate the indriyas, the pancha jnanendriyani, that is the 5 organs of sense perception. When the chit dissociates from its association with these 5 organs of sense perception, then the chit remains by itself independently. In other words, chittam is the word used when chit and ta are associated. Now let's say chit is the awareing knowledge principle and ta is the 5 organs of sense perception, jnanendriyani. So usually these are associated. That's how we are able to perceive and understand things. But there is a point, we'll talk about it, when this chit and ta are dissociated from each other, the ta will be destroyed, but chit remains independently, and that chit is Atma, Chaitanya Swarupam. Now let's delve a little deeper into this, do more vichara. Now at the time of death, Maranakale, what happens? The organs of perception, they are all made to function by governing deities, as mentioned earlier in the previous shloka. So, what happens at the time of death is the presiding deity of each sense perception leaves the body. In other words, the blessing is withdrawn. That is, the presiding deity of the ears, the Dik Devata, will leave the body. So, hearing will become very weak and it will be impaired. And then the presiding deity for the sense of touch, the Vayu Devata, will leave the body. Then the eyes is governed by Surya Devata. When Surya Devata leaves the body, the eyes cannot see very well. Then the tongue also. Varuna Devata is the presiding deity and that leaves. And then the nose. Ashwini Devatas are the presiding deity for nose and they also will leave. That is, each organ's sphere of functioning that will become extremely weak. It's as good as the organs are useless. They lose their power to function. Then what happens? The final one to leave is the pranavayu. In every body, the last one to leave is the pranavayu. So, after all the deities of the five sense perceptions withdraw, that which remains is Chit, the Atma or Chaitanyam. This Paramatma never dies. All those which are associated with the physical body, they leave. But Paramatma is Nityam. It is Satyam. Eternal, has no end at all, because Paramatma is not bound by any time limitation. The body dies, but I, Paramatma, have no death. Then, how do we account for our birthday? We know there is a birthday, our parents celebrate that, and then we ourselves celebrate the birthday. We know about our growing pains and the changes that this physical body and the mind, which undergoes so many changes, all our experiences in this life. What is all this? Then the Shastra says, all this is because of our actions, karma, in the form of papa karma and punya karma, which we have done in earlier lives. So then the wise classify karma as prarabdha karma, sanchita karma and agami karma. Prarabdha karma means those actions which have started to fructify and are now present as the life experiences. Currently, the life experiences we have is the karma phala of karma that has been done in some earlier lives. Then sanchita karma means all those actions which we have performed in the past lives and gathered, and they are all there in the account, past account, that is bhutakala karma. They are yet to be fructified. Agami karma means actions which are gathered while living in this lifetime, for which the consequences are yet to be experienced. So, bhavishyat kala karma is agami karma. Now, coming back to our question about present life experiences. We have gained this birth and are given certain experiences and conditions in life, which are all the karma phala, the results of some actions done in previous lives. and those are all now fructified into the form of present life experiences. As soon as this karma phala is exhausted, this body falls dead. It's like when we go to do some work in the office or somewhere, soon after the completion of that work, we return. We have to vacate that place. Similarly, in this birth, as soon as the purpose of this birth has been served, the body dies, but Atma remains. Atma, which has been witness all along, continues to remain. Many other karmas standing in our account will fructify into future births in other different body forms. So then, how did we get this prarabdha karma? For that, the wise say, at the last moment of death, all our karmas are said to present themselves and hover around us like, in the musical chair game event. So, whichever karma is predominant at that dying moment, then that begins to fructify and comes as our prarabdha karma, presented as another life in another body for us to experience. So, that which remains is Chit, the Atma. In other words, when that Ta, which stands for the Indriyas, when the Indriyas leave the body, what remains is Chit, the Atma, Paramatma alone. So, the meaning of Dhi in this verse is Chittam. The use of this word itself implies what is perishable and what is imperishable. That syllable Tha, which stands for the 5 consonants representing the sense perceptions, and that is the representation of what is anatma, perishable, the objective world. And then Chit is the imperishable, Aksharam Brahma, Chaitanya Swarupam or Jnana Swarupam. So, the awareing principle with sense perceptions is the Chittam, Dhi, as told in this verse. Chit, the Jna Amshaha. Chit is the Jna Amshaha, and that Jna Amshaha Aham Asmi. Iti, after negating the body mind sense complex, that body mind sense complex which has birth and death, after negating that, what remains as the Jnana Swarupa, Jna Amshaha, pure knowledge as such, that I am. Iti one comes to understand. So, tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harimide. I offer prayers to that Hari, who is the Jna Amsha, Jnana Swarupa, and knowing that, worshipping this Hari, one's samsara, which is the darkness, that gets destroyed. Naham prano naiva shariram na manoham naham buddhir naham ahankara dhiyaucha yotra jnamshasosmyahameveti viduryam tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harimide. Namaste.